Hi, this is D. Adams. I'm the E-mini trading professor. Uh, we're going to show you the trading from today. It was a little more interesting today, and unlike the past few days, I didn't win every trade. I'm kind of happy just that you see that I don't win every one. I want to remind you to stop by our site. It's at learntotradeandinvest.com. I'm really proud of of our methodology and the website and the success we've had with the traders that have gone through it. It's been a real great thing. It's been fun to watch. I was going to do a video tonight, and my graphics card kind of gave up the ghost, so we're having to work on a static chart, and I apologize for that. And these aren't especially good, but you can. By the way, there's a loser, and there's a loser today. I won three and lost two, which is more like real traders trade. One of them was my fault. I shouldn't. I was just not. I wasn't on the ball, and that happens to me every now and then. First trade, again, I got good crossovers. I'm always looking, for an initial move. Between 9 and 9:30. Usually, you get a pretty good one. We actually did. It was, a decent uptrend, right here. But the market started down, and I took the trade. I actually got in on the second bar. I was close. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. I never take a trade mid-bar. I always wait till whatever bar closes, and then take the trade. So I actually got in at the end of this bar, and it started to reverse on me, and basically I bailed out, and I think I got a half a point. It just was a trade that it never really materialized. This second trade was kind of the same thing. There was really no trend established. I mean, everything's kind of flat. Well, it took a short. I got in on this bar. I got a couple points. I was kind of spooked by then. This trade right here looks like a good trade. There's a good crossover, but the crossover never really lines up very good. And after my first two failures, I was a little gun shy, so I pass on this trade. You can see that they don't really they're within a bar. So that was a good trade, by the way, that I missed. The third trade of the day was again had good crossovers, in the areas we want them to be, and that trade worked out really nice. This is another bonehead trade here. I actually got in on this little short bar here, went up, and then promptly rode it right down, lost a point and a half. And so at that point, I was just about even for the day, kind of scratching my head. Went through kind of just a bumpy period there where I didn't really feel like there was any good trades. This came along right here. This kind of, made my day. I stopped out on my profit limit on that one. And then the last one, I got in, getting on the next bar, and I ended up about I think a tick or two on the wrong side of the trade, and I was really annoyed at that point, so I just bailed out of it, and ended up with a profitable day. But as you can see, there some less than really great trades. Here's a small gain, a decent gain, a decent gain, a loss, a great gain, and then a small loss. And you'll have days like that, and golly, that's just part of it. Yeah, I keep a trading diary, and I kind of wrote about the trades today, and I was a little impatient throughout the course of the day, and it got me in a little trouble. Had I been a little more patient, uh, uh, things might have gone a little better, but that's the way it is, and in my trading diary, I a lot of times pay more attention to the way the psychology of my frame of mind I'm in when I trade, and I wouldn't say today I was in an optimal state, and I can't tell you why. I mean, I felt great. I had a wonderful day. I just it just was one of those days when I just wasn't as sharp as I could have been, and you have them, and I think it's good to point them out, and the results are indicative of a little bit of impatience, and it wasn't what I'd call high quality trading. Again, I made a decent profit, but yeah, I'm sure capable of a lot better. But again, I really encourage you to keep a trading diary. I keep all my charts. I use a program called Paperport, and use Excel spreadsheets I download my trades, and then I can store my charts, right there in Paperport with the Excel spreadsheet, and then my diary can go right in there in a Word document. Or you could even use Notepad if you want. It works just as well. And like I said, today was a day I noted. It wasn't. I wasn't on the top of my game, and you'll have days like that. You'll have days like that. So I'm the impatient E-mini trading professor today. Again, I really encourage you to visit our site. It's at learntotradeinvest.com. The methodology we try to employ is fairly simple to understand. You can do it. Really, my goal. I'd like to, I like people who are just beginning trading, or perhaps traders who are looking for a fresh approach. The methodology isn't complicated at all. Um, Really, I'm a trend trader. Um, I can remember the guy that mentored me was a guy from Solomon Brothers, long time ago. I remember one time I was they were in a big upward trend, and I decided to take a counter trend trade, and he looked at me and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm gonna take this trade here," and he goes, "Well, the market's going the other way. Why are you heading the wrong way?" And it really, that's kind of the almost the exact approach I take. It was a little harder today. The market was a little choppy, not bad, but trading two or three, I think we ended up 12 points altogether. So I can't be too unhappy about it. Something I try to do, as a matter of fact, I spent a good amount of time on the phone last night talking to a couple students, trying to help them understand and conceptualize the way the market works. I really press psychology and how you think, and that's one of the reasons I emphasized. When I was looking at that chart, is for some reason today I just wasn't where I needed to be mentally. I just felt like I was going through the motions instead of really being intense and on my game. And it's good to note that, because I won't be that way tomorrow because I'm aware I was that way today. And I think it's good for you to see that, someone who's traded 25 years, I still don't, I'm not a perfect trader. I certainly don't claim to be. Anyway, I appreciate your time. I hope that helps. I encourage you to go to our website and have a look. For sure, sign up for the free videos. and have a great night. And let's hope we trade better tomorrow. Bye bye.